Hi, this is Sive Morten with the daily update on EuroFX. I post my exclusive market overviews with the key political and economical events, charts and important levels on the ForexPeaceArmy.com forums weekly. This short video is a response to rapidly changing situation on the currency markets and should help you to stay on top of the game and be profitable. I suggest you to visit ForexPeaceArmy.com forum and read my analysis for the week before watching this daily video.
Welcome back, everybody. Let's take a look again on the Bitcoin market. So yesterday, or in the weekend in general, we have really serious discussion of United States statistics data. So more and more traders, economists starts to have some doubts on reliability of this information. Just indeed, it's a lot of contradiction right now stands among the different indicators. And it's more and more headlines in Twitter and mass media that it seems that it's some sort of the manipulation, legally or hidden, exist. Legal manipulation is when actually the Statistics Bureau changes the way of the calculation. It's at first glance legal, but data difference stands much significantly different compared to what it should be. And hidden manipulation, where it will be just a bit artificial, providing data that nobody knows, can't check by themselves, and actually you just get the good numbers and you do not know how to do with this, because it's very difficult to accept, for example, the same 500,000 payrolls when you see that vacations are decreasing, continuous claims are rising, which stands behind the inflation. Weekly hourly earnings, weekly hours are dropping, so something wrong with this. And this week, once again, we will get a lot of statistics. So we will get CPI, we will get retail sales, which will be very important, because December retail sales were negative. In the Christmas time, it was really surprising. And you know, retail sales is actually the 70% of the gross domestic product. And then we will get the PPI numbers on Thursday and building permits on Friday. So building permits, maybe it's not as important, but it's also better to look at it. But most important, of course, is the inflation and the retail sales. Speaking on technical background, before all this stuff, we do not see big changes on the monthly chart. Overall context remained bearish pullback, although could be seen strong on the lower time frames, but on the monthly you could see it's just minor bounce. So actually now has stopped. The market even hasn't quite reached the yearly pivot point. So we can see with this pullback. Our major scenario stands on the weekly chart, because all other time frames which we're discussing on the daily, on intraday charts, mostly stands in relation to this pattern. So particularly speaking, since the market right now starts downward action, it seems that probably that neckline probably will be skewed with this head and shoulders. Probably we should represent it in this way. But anyway, the area around 19 even, where we expect the bottom of the right arm, it's vital for Bitcoin perspective. If market will fail around 1850, 90 even, start dropping, it means that we will take it out with these lows and we will get the downward continuation, because we have here, as you can see, major OP. My personal view is that this scenario has more chances to happen. As we warned you a few weeks ago, we said this is not about this action that will determine the perspective. This is about these lows, and that point will determine the perspective, what will happen here. Usually, better to say, very rare, this market could abandon the objective point that stands very close to the previous lows and change the direction. It should be some really valuable and important fundamental shifts, fundamental changes. Currently, we do not see it, and in the nearest time, hardly they will appear. If, of course, something geopolitical might happen, but I don't know. And from that standpoint of view, from a technical point of view, the reaching of the OP in the midterm perspective looks preferable and more probable than reversal here in action with the head and shoulders. We will see. But anyway, our next step is to watch for downward action right to this level, and then see what will happen in this area. That's also important for bulls, because bulls will have to make the decision on the position taking around this level, because that will be best point from the risk-reward ratio to consider taking the position. On the daily chart, we are mostly dealing with the same patterns. So currently it is a rhetoric question whether the market will be able to reach 25 area and complete the former neckline that we discussed previously. Because at first glance, yes, we have the butterfly. Here is just 30% pullback. And theoretically, we could count that maybe something will change based on the statistics, maybe something else, and market will start upward direction. But at this point, we're not considering this scenario by the two reasons. First of all, trend stands bearish on the daily chart and would not have the context for taking the long position. So from daily point of view, we need to see the trend will turn bullish. And only after that, we could think about the high standing targets, watch for weekly chart, what's going on there, whether it makes sense to take the position. But most important, even more important, is that actually here we have the bearish directional pattern, which is the double repo sell. We already talked about this in details in the previous video and two videos before. So it's already has started. So last time when we talked about it was right there. So great development by the 3x3 moving average price action. And we said that you could consider taking the short position on minor ABCD patterns on the hourly chart. That's what forming, the market was forming the round in top. Then collapse has happened. Currently, you could see that really tight consolidation that remains the bearish flag. And this, of course, stands in favor of further downward continuation. In general, the target of the double repo usually at least the 50% of the whole thrust of the double repo. It's not necessary that market stops here. It could drop lower, but this is usually the minimum destination points. So currently, you could see it's around 21. 2090, no, not the 21, 2030, 2029. And it's most probable that market could try to reach it. And right there, around this level, start appearing additional support levels. You could build it by yourself. So if you place here the 618 level from these lows, it will be somewhere around, this is 50%, so it's around 1950. And then you could build the 618 from these lows to this top, you will get around 1850. So it will be precisely in agreement with the bottom of the left arm, and it's particularly that where a market could try to go after this target will be reached. We will see. But currently we're focused just on the minimum target. On the lower time frame, also picture hardly could be called as a bullish, because here you could see minor ABCD pattern. This market shows the acceleration reaching the OP. Reaction on the OP is definitely not of this kind or that kind. This is just lazy sideways consolidation. It also has the bearish features. Market turns to the upside in a different manner. It should be more active and stronger action. Here is mostly pause in the downward direction. Besides, you could see that the CDL extends with some acceleration. Next target will be XOP, which is perfectly agrees with daily target of the double repo. So it stands slightly higher. It's around 2080. But well, in general, $500 coin, it's not really big difference, and it might be touched in the same moment. The market completes the XOP, and then slam fluctuation could reach the 50% support on the daily chart. On the hourly chart, nothing to talk about. That's a collapse that has happened. Our last ABCD that we suggested might be formed here has not been formed, so market just was not able to complete it and just collapsed. So but that ABCD that we discussed 2 weeks, a week ago, so it has been formed nice. Now, if market will start showing some upward bounce, you could consider probably two levels for position taking. First one is around 22.23. It's nearest 30%. Next will be the confidence around 25.50, 22.50, 22.70. So the next, that's probably two levels that market could reach with a pullback. But I suppose that the nearest standing level has more chances to be touched than market will proceed higher. So more probable that retracement will be over right there. It's just common graphical thoughts at this moment. So for example, take a look. If you will, if you will shift it right there, it's a bit changes the shape. It should be a bit flatter. But you got an idea probably. So as you can see how market responds to the lows, forming this skewed channel to the downside, and here is it retesting approximately the same radius. So that's why I think that it might be some action here, but probably it will be small and just to the nearest standing level, if of course statistics will not intrude tomorrow. So that's actually what we have on the Bitcoin. That being said, we are not considering taking long position right now. Those who have shorts based on the double repo pattern could hold it, and just don't forget to move your stops to the break even and manage your position. If you would like to take the new short position, do not have it, you could consider this level for possible entry. The nearest target that we're considering stands around 2030, 2080 area. So XOP on the 4-hour time frame chart and the major 50% support of the whole for us. That's what we will be watching for our nearest session, and then on Thursday we will see what will change.